CK's back doing stuff now, right?
Yeah, he's been back, dude.
A new documentary just came out about him getting canceled or not being canceled. I haven't seen it. Have y'all heard of it? Called Sorry Not Sorry or something?
I don't quite know what he did. We can go look up what he did. But didn't he just like kind of,
He jerked off in front of a lady.
And that's just kind of a kink, and like that's kind of like kink shaming. Just like
it wasn't consensual,
some other
though.
people that I don't want to say because maybe it's a little bit more controversial to go say that he was also kink shamed.
Okay.
R. Kelly?
No, fuck.
I think.
Are you talking about Maps?
Oh, talk about who?
Maps?
No.
Sarah Silverman did it.
Are you defending?
Consensually with Louis C.K.?
I'm just gonna say it. Armie Hammer. I don't know enough
Sarah
about
Silverman?
the case, but Armie Hammer.
She consensually let Louis C.K. jerk off behind a plant in front of her.
Who did?
Yeah. And I think so.
Sarah Silverman.
The rumor with Louis was a lot worse, I think, than what actually happened because a lot of people were thinking that he was like blocking the door or whatever from allowing people to leave. But I think he was just jerking off and had asked if he could, which is it's still a weird thing to do. And then a lot of people were saying it was because of the power that he would hold in the industry over other people, so it wouldn't really allow them the chance to say no.
Man, once you got that power, it's so hard not to jerk off, though. It's so hard not to jerk off on someone you have power over.
Yeah.
Dude.
I don't understand how people get into these really weird kinks. Like, what are the steps? Do you think they're like 14 fucking like weird, or is it happening at like 32? They've seen too much porn and now they've kind of deadened themselves.
So
it's rich people who have like no scruples. They don't have any problem with like doing all this stuff. They're like, I guess they're like, I'm already rich enough to like get with any model I want to get with. I guess the next step is punch them in the face or getting them to shit on me or whatever the fuck.
Do you think it's the chase they're after? So getting women is no longer difficult. So maybe jerking off in front of them is a little bit higher degree of difficulty?
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah. You're looking for that.
Or maybe that's like the only way he wants to do it. Maybe he doesn't like want to have sex with people. Maybe he just wants to jerk off in front of them.
You're just chasing that dragon.
Yeah, maybe he's just being lazy.
Maybe he just wants it to come to him.
Yeah.
Hear me out. It's a bit of a control thing in a way. Like they have to just be there while he does that, and they got to be okay with it. So they got to subdue to him. Maybe the power got to him a little bit, and he was like, "Well, this should be fine."
I think he just.
Not that bad.
I think he just
I'm not
likes
touching him.
eye contact. I think he just likes eye contact and just look me in the eye.
And you know what? Is that a kink shame?
I don't think kink shaming is that bad. I think
It's the power dynamic.
I think kink shaming is totally okay in some certain cases.
Yeah. No, some people's kinks need to be fucking.
That's what I was gonna get at. Yeah.
Oh, that actually reminds me.
Yeah.
What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the Kids in the Corner podcast. We got Brock in the studio today.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. I'm trying to do your bit now.
Yeah, it's okay.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I have an update from last week.
Okay.
Last week we talked about the NOPD horsefucker. We thought he was a police officer. He wasn't. The man who during COVID snuck into the stables of New Orleans City Park and did sexual acts with a horse, 2 horses, ended up fleeing the state, fleeing all the way to California, where a few months later he got caught for doing the exact same thing. He went and fucked another horse.
It's just like the priests that get moved around from different communes to communes.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're just going to send him over here. Hopefully he doesn't fuck anything up too bad.
They're sending him ranch to ranch now.
Still the same guy.
Yeah.
No rehabilitation.
The horses in California were deaf and mute kids.
Yeah, I just hope in prison he's not doing labor on a farm.
Yeah. No, in California they're good about fucking just leaving them where they are. But he could have got extradited back to Louisiana too.
That's possible.
If he got extradited back to Louisiana, you go to Angola for horse fucking, then you do work on a farm.
So
then you're right next to a horse all the time.
How exactly did he get caught?
Dude, I think someone walked in and said, "Hey, man, quit fucking that horse."
Dude, so how was he allowed the opportunity to leave?
And he fled. He fled from New Orleans.
So did he have like a court date or something? He didn't get arrested?
He didn't get caught at first. He didn't get caught until he got caught in California.
Yeah, he was not caught at all. They only had security.
So then they trace back like his old crimes, like when a
They
serial
had
killer
him
gets
on-
caught and then they find like some type of pattern. And
Yeah,
they're like,
California
where were
called-
you on November 4th?
Yeah,
Well-
California called up Louisiana and said, "Hey, y'all been dealing with any horse fuckers lately? We got a horse fucker over here, and he talks with a little bit of a drawl."
Yeah.
So
I was thinking how funny it was. You mentioned that he would be around horses if he was at Angola. How like sexually frustrated he'd be just out there in the field, fucking working, just looking at the horse's ass the entire time.
It could be.
Sweating.
It could be good motivation for work, though. It's like dangling like a carrot in front of a rabbit. It's
You're
like
dangling
there's
a
a
carrot.
horse right there. If you just dig 4 more
you're
ditches.
dangling a carrot in front of a horse, and then there's a dude behind the horse jerking off. That's what that is.
Mm-hmm. They just send him studs that are in retirement.
Oh God, his punishment is getting Mr. Hands to death.
Yeah. Well, while we're talking about notable dongs, I think it's time to bring up our first segment.
Yeah, let's do it.
Nice.
Dongs throughout history, folks. This is our first segment for the day. Dongs throughout history. Today, a dong that might surprise you because it's not on an actual person.
Whoa.
We're talking
Very
about
surprising.
the statue of David, Michelangelo's statue of David,
Ooh.
Small
okay.
dicks.
and why this dong is so small when they could have made it, pretty
7 feet long.
decent.
It's a tall statue.
They could have made it huge. But what I found, let's go ahead and pull that dong up.
I didn't know the
Let's pull up that dong.
I didn't know the Ninja Turtles made statues.
Oh, let's go.
So Michelangelo made this in it took him from 1501 to 1504. It's 17 feet tall, exactly. It's the first marble statue that was supposed to be in a series of 7. I mean, not 7, of 12 for the 12 apostles. And they decided when this one was finished, it was so nice that they were just going to place it in the middle of the square, and they didn't go on with making the rest of them. Now, Michelangelo's reason for making the penis so small is because the Greeks, who were the original marble makers, when they were making a statue of someone that they wanted to honor, they didn't put a big penis on them because that a big penis meant that you were more of a moron or animalistic, and a smaller penis meant that you were more intelligent, high class. So that's why the statue of David, and its historically small dong is.
That sounds like the kind of stereotype that would be perpetuated by rich people with small dongs.
For sure.
Yes.
Because there was no good use for them, so they had to make it seem like, okay, there's a reason behind this,
Yeah,
and
it's
it's because
because
I'm smarter than these dumb people.
Yeah, all my
Please
meat's
stay
in
with
my
me.
brain. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it stinks of racism for sure.
I like how they made a 14-foot tall statue. How tall is that statue? 17.
17.
17 feet tall.
And
Yeah,
how
and-
many inches?
0 inches.
No, to the dick.
Oh, I mean, respectfully, since
2?
it's a 17, I mean, it's 17-foot statue, so the penis is
True.
probably actually bigger than average.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
just
But
at scale, it's
At scale,
a small
it's
penis.
small. I don't know exactly.
I think the
that's a good question, Madeline,
How-
that I should have
Yeah.
added in. How big is
Is
the
the
statue's penis?
That's something we can look
I
up.
want a little
That's
comparison.
easy.
It's a very elegant bush, I believe.
Yeah, is it in the shape of a lion? That's what I'm seeing.
Don't get too close,
Oh, it's
Madeline.
lioness.
It
is almost like a lion's mane.
Yeah.
It's really a Rorschach test, whatever those are. I
Whatever
might
you
be
see
using the
in
wrong
there.
word there, but you'll know what I mean.
I
This
see
is
my
my
parents
lion.
fighting.
It's funny, you see a lion, I see a fire. It wasn't until this podcast, when you just said it, Crockett, that I realized this was biblical. I didn't realize the statue of David was a biblical character.
Wait, who?
Yeah,
It's
I-
it's still about 5 inches.
What?
It's about 5 inches.
Nothing.
Wow, for a
Flaccid
That's all
dong.
balls.
for a 17-foot tall statue, 5 inches is not a lot.
So at scale, what would that penis be on a average sized person?
Let's see.
Oh,
Is that
fucking-
too difficult of a
Wait.
question?
No, we can do this.
Or
17
we can fast forward.
divided by 5.
No, it's not even by 5. You have to divide.
Inches.
17,
17
by what
by-
a normal height would be, so 6 foot.
No, it would be
To figure out the scale of a.
Do we need
because it's
I
5
have pen and paper.
inches as compared to. So you need to multiply 17 times 12
Yes. Convert.
Okay.
and
Convert to
divide by 0. Or
Okay, because
0.05.
17 feet. I'm sorry.
Divide by.
I understand what you are
0.05.
saying now.
I guess so. Would that be
No,
right?
divide
No.
by
It's
5.
high.
40.8.
I don't
That
understand.
means nothing.
Sorry,
That
guys.
means
We are
nothing.
not
Look at
mathematicians here.
Couldn't even do it.
I thought I was getting somewhere. I sounded convincing. That was terrible.
Yeah.
Well, it's 5 inches for a 17-foot person.
Oh, I
Not
know
a
it. I
lot.
know it.
So you would need to divide the height by the penis size,
Divided by-
and then use that scale
It's
for a
half
6
of
foot person.
1/17.
You need the penis stuff
half
at
of
the
1/17th.
top, and then put
half
more
of
proportions, and then
1/17th.
I feel like the meme
It's
from
pretty much.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where I think it's like making fun of a movie where all the things are, and he's smoking a cigarette and looking.
It'd be
That's what we're doing right
3.4
now.
inches. That's what I got.
Okay, and that's all balls. You know, like that's not even. The
That
penis,
doesn't even
'cause
look like
they're
3.4 inches.
including.
Now-
It doesn't even make it past the balls, really.
No.
It's also not circumcised.
Yeah, so that's added length he's getting.
Yeah,
That's
and
easier
pleasure,
to form.
allegedly.
Added pleasure.
Yes. How do you feel about circumcision?
Well, I've got it, and you
I'm
know,
cut as well.
I don't have a choice in the matter.
Yeah, I wasn't consulted.
I got to experience both.
Yes.
You
Yeah, you
were
did get to
uncut and then you got
experience
cut?
Yeah,
What was that experience like? You got cut.
yeah.
We've
At
talked
what
about it
age?
before, but yeah, go
At
for it.
14.
That's late in life. Did you
Yeah.
have like a bar mitzvah?
No. I
he
had a.
became a man.
So we talked about this last week
bris.
on our first ever dongs throughout history. I have a similar condition to the Fuhrer, Adolf Hitler. We both had what's known as a hypospadias.
Yes.
Where our pee hole is not like on the tip; it was like closer to the bottom. So what they did with mine was, I don't know what
Okay, I
Hitler
understand.
got done. They took like half my foreskin and wrapped it around the back and like redirected the hole.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I got older and I was like going into high school, I was like, all right, someone is going to see this dong one day. And it looks kind of fucking weird right now, honestly. Because it was like, it had 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you know.
Couldn't decide what it wanted to do.
And yeah.
Had a personality though.
And like, you know, I could have had a better pee hole probably too. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like completely fucked up, but
You
you
were
know,
on spray
I
mode.
would spray sometimes for sure.
Yeah, you had a spray nozzle.
Yeah.
You were a squirter.
I was. And so I got it fixed right down here at Children's Hospital.
Was that an elective surgery?
Yeah, I asked for it.
So did insurance not cover it?
No, I think it did.
I like
Sometimes with elective surgeries, you know what I mean? If it's not necessary, they won't cover it because it's kind of like considered a cosmetic procedure.
Yeah, maybe, but I think they found a way to work it to where, especially with the spraying and stuff, it was like a needed thing.
So,
Justifiable.
what everyone wants to know, did you have any HJs or anything prior and post so that you could be a very strong experimental candidate here in whether...
Well, right, you're right. So no, not any like given to me hand jobs, but personal like jerking off. Yes, I've done both, and I will say that I don't think that there's a difference.
That's what we all came here for.
That means, thank God. I can finally.
But
take these
also,
weights off my
I'm
penis.
so much better at jerking off now. So like, you know,
Yeah.
it could be
Who knows?
recency
Could be-
bias.
Yeah.
Could be a technique.
Could be recency bias, folks.
Yeah. Could be your technique improved and you got better at it.
Will be my choice. if I
Having
have
a
baby.
having a
Nope.
surgeon reconstruct it halfway through life, I honestly suggest that to anybody, dude. If you want like I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and brag about it.
No,
As we
no,
have-
you're not going to sit here and recommend it to
Look,
anyone.
I've got a fresher cut than anybody you know.
It's
I'll
like
say that.
it's like girls that have work done on their tits.
Yeah.
So the nipples and everything are kind of perfect because they were constructed.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
they took that little flab
Shout out
of,
my doctor.
they took that little slab of fajita off his dick and
Yeah.
fucking
Did you keep
wrapped
the-
it
did you
around
keep
like
the
a
extra
burrito.
skin?
You know.
You.
You got to eat it. It's like the placenta. It's full of
Yeah.
nutrients.
What
Yeah,
if you want to
I
reattach
couldn't-
it one day?
Nah, that's okay.
You lost your mojo that day.
Yeah.
Did I?
Your power.
So
kidding.
were you?
Just
I
kidding.
assume you were put to sleep.
Yes. Actually, that's a funny story before that surgery, getting put to sleep. they were like, all right, because they'd already put me on like some kind of like sedative or something. I wasn't asleep yet, but I was high as fuck. And they're rolling me in there, and the anesthesiologist says, all right, I want you to count back. We're going to play a game. You're going to count backwards from 10 once I put this on your face, and we're going to see how long you last. He said, I've never seen anybody make it past 7. And before he put it on my face, another guy in the background goes, this is what all the cool kids are doing. And they put it on my face, and I went to sleep by like, 7, 8. Probably. I mean,
were you like in your head like I'm gonna make it to 10? Like, did you have that mindset going into it? Like, they don't know.
No,
who they're
like you're
fucking
counting
with right
down
now.
from 10, so you're like 10.
Oh
9.
shit! So you made it 3 seconds.
Yeah, dude. Like
I was thinking the other way.
They put that shit on your face. You breathe that in, dude. You're fucking done for.
Okay,
Yeah.
You're out of there.
two things that takes me to. Have you seen the stuff about them saying that Kanye West is addicted to nitrous oxide, that his dentist got him on it, and then like pictures of his dentist, he looks like a mobster. It's really fucking weird.
I've heard the new album that he dropped, and yeah, that could definitely be.
Seems like a nitrous
Seems
guy.
like a nitrous album.
He
for sure.
He actually, there's a video of him, and he says, Garcia, I'm on the nitrous. And he's talking to Ryan. He said, Ryan Garcia, I'm on the nitrous. And that's it. That's the whole video. So him and Ryan Garcia probably got the same dentist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that that's Lil Yachty's dentist. I just saw that on the internet. And then second thing that takes me to is nitrous was made illegal in Louisiana like last week, and it's the first state to do so.
Wait, is
Oh,
nitrous
wow.
happy gas?
It's Whippets, I believe.
It's
Whippets.
Whippets.
Oh.
Da-na-na-na-na.
Okay. I'm into that.
Gonna have to drive to Mississippi for that now.
Yep, because you could just. I was in a smoke shop and saw a dude buy. I'm talking about cases.
Yeah.
Of this shit.
Oh yeah.
And it was just readily available for a while.
I mean, walk around during Mardi Gras. They're literally littering the ground.
Yeah.
In
And I've seen
some
pictures.
cases.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of like
In front of
after
frat
parties,
houses
and
shit?
Tulane and everything.
Oh yeah.
On several different occasions, I found them outside of Comedy House. Not from, like, when there's, like, Mardi Gras going on and shit or
Yeah.
some kind of big event. I don't think anybody in Comedy House is on Whippets.
Possibly.
I had some friends who used
I
to
wouldn't
bring,
rule it out, but
Yeah.
I
Hard time.
had some interesting friends in high school. I had friends who would go to places like, I don't know, like a pizza restaurant with a Whippet canister in their backpack, pull it out,
Cracker.
do like a secret Whippet in their backpack, and then just fucking hang out with us. They wouldn't even like share them.
Yeah.
Share.
Didn't even share,
didn't even
dude.
share. What assholes! I've never done Whippets. Disclaimer, but so it just they're high for like 30 seconds and their mouth turns purple and it's like a weird voice.
Well, your mouth turns
am I
purple
getting that
because
right?
you're not getting oxygen in your body.
That's
Yeah.
the high, is it cuts off oxygen to your brain.
That's pretty much what the high is. It's murdering brain cells.
Have you ever been flashbanged on Call of Duty?
Yes,
Yeah.
Which,
I'm familiar with that.
if
phenomenon.
Whippets gets you high by just depriving you of oxygen, can't you get the same high from just holding your breath?
Very good thought.
Pretty
Cameron.
much. Except you're not introducing the nitrous. I'm sure the nitrous does something too.
Probably.
But yeah, I've never done Whippets, but something that people in my class would do when we were in like junior high. The real white trash kids would bring like a handkerchief or sometimes I've seen a sock, and they would fucking
Chloroform?
Axe body spray.
Whoa.
Not what I was expecting.
That's
class.
fucking nuts, dude.
Fucking yeah, dude,
That's kind of
it was-
gay.
They were.
Yeah, what, you want to smell a man?
Yeah, so now they're really turned on when they smell their friend.
Yeah, I mean it was terrible. I mean
We're getting
they ended up being decent people.
Just seeing what
okay.
they
Some
feel like.
Reddit users' recollection
Kinda
of
like crack.
What do Whippets feel like? Kind of like crack, but not as intense and without the extreme craving for more. And it lasts longer. So, Low and Tall seems to like Whippets more
He's
than
lying.
crack, which is a strong
also-
recommendation.
Lying.
How long
Not
does crack
craving
last
more,
then?
Like, there's a million on the line.
I feel like a crack high lasts longer than 30 seconds.
Yeah, I feel like you're up for days.
Yeah.
I think they're missing the drug.
I feel like they're getting bad crack.
Slow
That's
and
what
Tall,
I'm getting.
and that comment received 2 upvotes, so some people agree.
I like this one.
Another one said, I did some in college. I am fucking blown away that people get addicted to this. Here's my experience. Breathe in, vision dims, and throbs. Your ears go crazy with this whoop, 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 whoop noise. And then you exhale and it's over. No rush, no high. Really, it's like dunking your head into cold water. The only experience is, well, that was different and shocking. So,
He's also has 2 others.
cold plunges are really all the noise right now with health gurus. Have they explored whippets?
We could save so much money on ice.
If it's similar to dunking your head in cold water, maybe you just do that to wake up in the morning and you can subside your caffeine addiction just a bit.
I can't start my day without a whip. You don't know where I keep
And
my
then another
secret.
deleted Reddit account said it pretty much feels like a giant chihuahua. It's a big, nervous, short-haired dog. I don't really understand that metaphor.
That's
Maybe
not.
that's the crack. Like,
Yeah, that
similar,
guy's on
sorry.
crack for sure.
he's currently. One said that, like, yeah, cuddly.
It got me off of whipped cream for a long time.
Whipped cream?
So when I was like probably 11 or so, I was eating whipped cream out the can like a fat little kid should.
As one does.
And it started running out, and being the greedy fucker I was, I tried to continue to get as much out as possible.
Of course.
Therefore, pretty much doing like 30-second whippets. And I got like a severe headache one day. I'm getting nauseous just thinking about it, honestly. And I knew whipped cream wasn't for me, and I would get whipped cream not on stuff. I'd be pissed if there was whipped cream. And to this day, honestly, I mean, even though I don't mind whipped cream, I say no, thank you. A lot of times.
I always do no whipped cream. I would make sundaes at Mellow Mushroom without whipped cream or cherries because I didn't like it. So my friends would make fun of me for this, saying that, you know, you're supposed to do it as it's supposed to be made. But I don't enjoy it, so I would serve it how I would like it.
You wouldn't serve someone something that you wouldn't eat.
Correct.
That's why I never cook with mushrooms.
But I like whipped cream, and I would want whipped cream.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, then don't go
Who
when
knows?
he's working.
Exactly. I'm not the best server for that.
He's not your guy.
I'm a taste sommelier.
The no cherry, no whipped cream people. That's Brock's Market.
That's a different guy.
The ice cream shop I used to work at, we made those ridiculously tall with whipped cream shakes and sundaes in mason jars. And every time someone would be like, which one's your favorite? And I go, I don't know. And I really want to say, because I don't eat that motherfucking bullshit. I don't do all that.
I don't put this stuff
It
in my
also
body.
reminded me, I don't know if y'all have ever experienced this, when you go to get whipped cream and someone has done the nitrous out of it,
Yeah.
usually a dishwasher, not to throw shade on those people in the restaurant industry, but that's usually the kind of guy who's
doing it.
sneaking into the cooler and
Motherfucking
I
line
never
cooks,
thought
bruh.
about
Whipping
that.
up?
That's why they're so different. Yeah.
Well, they're not
okay.
just doing whippets; they're doing other shit too.
are you
Line-
talking about dishwashers or
Dishwasher.
I'm talking about
Okay.
dishwashers,
Dishwashers
line
is
cooks,
the-
the whole shebang.
usually some chemicals in the brain there?
So you can just do the nitrous and not
I don't understand how.
whipped cream?
Once the whipped cream is gone, there's nothing left in the container but nitrous.
So
Which-
technically it's discarded.
I don't know.
I'll tell you this: if you're a half decent line cook with no car, you can get unlimited pussy though.
True.
How?
That's so true.
How?
Being a line
Dude.
cook is something about the drugs that you're doing. You're doing the perfect combination of drugs that just makes you irresistible to women.
You find
And drug addicts.
One
Yeah.
of the
Women who love drugs.
you
Yeah.
find one of the waitresses or hostess, and you rizz them up while you're at work all the time. You're like, yo, I don't got a car anyway. I can get a ride, and they almost always end up hooking up. I mean,
Yeah.
from my experience in
And it's
restaurants.
typically a lady from an abusive relationship who
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have much going on, so few children and not a huge dating pool.
Yeah,
She's
well,
at.
most of my experiences, like high school age kids are doing this, or like right out of high school, because I worked at Sonic Drive-Ins. So I mean, it's still the same power dynamic. I mean, there was this one kid, he was like a junior in high school, and he was passing around chlamydia at the fucking Sonic, dude.
Hell yeah.
No car, slinging dicks, breaking hearts.
Irresistible.
Shout out Jay.
If you don't have a car, it's got to suck working at Sonic.
But it's
I-
really
Just going out
impressive
looking
to
at cars
not have
all
a
the
car,
time.
work at Sonic, and get a ton of pussy.
Yeah, that's badass. You got to be a real man to do that.
Or just gotta make her feel a little uncomfortable to make her be like, okay, that's fine. And she is fine with it, but she might question it in like 10, 15 years down
Yeah,
the
when
line.
she
She'll
looks
go,
back
maybe
on
I
it.
don't. I wasn't really ready.
But you're long
Well,
gone by then. You're
you-
6 states over.
Yeah,
You got to
so you're
also
fine.
know what that guy always has, even though he doesn't have a car or the greatest job.
I have
There's
a guess.
two things that he has for him.
I have a guess, and it's similar to Michelangelo's theory.
Well, he's
uncut.
there's that. I've always said that, and girls at the Sonic agreed with me. I was like, girls love a dude with no car. They really do, and they were like, yes, dudes with no car have big dick energy.
That's a good survey group.
Yeah, and but he has time for her. Okay?
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
He has time.
You don't-
And those women like to feel needed. And you know what? He needs you.
He does.
No way to get around.
And also,
he
he's
really
got,
does need you.
He's got weed somehow. That's what he's
He's
spending his
somehow
whole
got
check
weed.
on.
Definitely always
You're
has
buying
food.
his food, him some new shoes. You know,
He's
all
got-
that, driving him around. He's driving your car around.
You would
Yeah.
say he's
He dinged it up a few times, but he was nice about it.
yeah. I mean, you
But I
could
love
say
him.
that he potentially has a car's worth of weed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
you
got a
could.
car's worth of drugs.
He smoked a car's worth of weed.
he
he
has
a-
had a car's worth of drugs pass through his system.
Yeah, he has an eighth in his pocket.
Yeah. He has an eighth in his pocket, and there's only half of it left.
Cameron's going to PP. Brock, what you been up to this week? I know you went back to Alabama for a little bit. How was it
Yeah.
in Sweet Home Alabama?
Yeah, I went and saw my family at my sister's in Mobile. That was just short for the weekend, and then we really didn't do too much. It's pretty boring family stuff.
Mobile is boring.
I would say so.
It kind of is. So we used to make a stop in Mobile. My aunt's family had a house that was not being used in Mobile when my dad was in prison in Pensacola.
Okay.
And so
we got a
would-
good look.
Yeah, we would stop there and stay the night and then wake up the next morning and then go visit my dad in prison. So
No
we'd go
beach trips or anything?
Oh yeah, we would do it at the beach sometimes, but it was just that was free. You know what I mean? Sometimes we'd stay. We did Easter and Christmas at a Ramada. I remember that. And one time when I was visiting my dad, no shit, I was visiting my dad in prison in Pensacola, Florida.
Yeah.
It started fucking snowing.
It's a white Christmas.
Yes, it was
It's
like
what every
Christmas
kid dreams
time.
of.
It was like Christmas time, and like all the kids are out there with their dads and shit and their families, and it's just fucking snowing. I mean, it didn't stick or anything, but it was just great that it was happening.
So
We got some joy that day.
I was about to say, it seems like those type of trips would be a roller coaster of emotions because you're upset about everything going on with your dad, but then you also get to go to the beach, which as a kid is it's a fun day. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't ever really remember being that sad about
that's
it.
what I was
Like,
going to ask because you usually don't understand like that your living situation was different than anyone else's until you've already graduated high school. Like it seems like everything's kind of normal, and then you realize that other people's families are way different.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
was
I
this
was a
whole
little fucked up that
experience
mine did
just
that.
kind of like just going with the flow?
Yeah, kind of. Thankfully, my mom is a fucking angel,
Nice.
and she made it like super easy for us to still be able to do everything that we wanted to do. Drove herself probably into debt over it, honestly. But because we were living that lifestyle beforehand, like we literally got to do whatever we wanted to. My dad was making plenty of fucking money. You know, we were spoiled as shit. And I mean, we didn't. The reduction was gradual, but we got old enough to understand. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
So, I mean, it was fine though. I mean, it was mostly positive things. Honestly, when we talk about it at home, like it's never like a negative thing.
There's probably a lot of funny stories that come out of it.
Yeah, I was about to
because-
say, my dad never talks about bad times at
And
prison.
you
Just
all
like only
probably-
good times.
Yeah, because you're not ready to hear the stories about the bad times.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was a minimum security prison in Pensacola, Florida. So like the weather's okay.
Oh, dude, you can smell
It's a
the beach.
federal
It's
prison. You're just in there with like a bunch of old Jews and Cubans and
fine. Hell yeah.
They probably had work release stuff too, where they
Yeah.
could get out. And
Dude, you probably made valuable connections.
He did. He did. My dad learned how to make wine from a guy in there. Not like prison wine, but how to make wine at home.
Oh, wow.
The guy gave him like the whole rundown on how to do it. My dad's made several batches of wine.
what was the sentence? How long was he there?
18 months.
Okay.
Oh, that's
And
not
then
bad at all.
I
Had
was
like
thinking
10
longer.
years of probation. He was given the max sentence of like 10 years or whatever it was, or
Good
12
behavior
or
and
something like
everything got
that.
out early.
No, they just only sentenced him to serve 18 months of it in prison. He got a plea deal.
Okay.
But if he would have tried to plead not guilty, he would have had to have lived
so
out
they
that
played
full
ball with him.
sentence.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what they were fucking. That's the thing about what they do, especially in these situations, is they find a guy that's making a little bit of money, a little bit of extra cash. They start digging through his fucking books, find some kind of mishap, something then they can grab onto, and they do exactly that. They put him under investigation, charge him for the crime, and they say, look, you can just give us all your fucking money, and then you go do 18 months in a fucking at softball camp, pretty much, and you don't have to do your next 12 years.
Were they playing prison softball?
Yes. My dad actually got a staph infection from playing prison softball.
Damn. Those rusty ass bats.
That's insane. What was the medical service like?
I mean, they had access to like military hospitals because you're right. So my dad, the first job he had out there was working at Eglin Air Force Base.
Yeah, I was about to say there's an Air Force base there.
On the grounds crew. And so he was like mowing over the missile silos and shit and weed eating around there. And then eventually he got a job in the tool room because he has a heart condition. And one day when he was playing softball, I think he had like an episode where he like almost passed out. And then the tool room job opened. So my dad was in charge of letting the inmates who were working in the workshop check in and check out tools. So he had a fucking pretty smooth job.
That's easy.
Yeah, and that probably allows you connections to.
And you get to stay on camp too.
You get to talk to people.
Because like to go to Eglin Air Force Base, it's still like a 3-hour ride on a bus. So you get up early as fuck that morning. You get on the bus. They hand you some bullshit like a fucking orange, probably.
How old was he at the time?
He was in his 40s. Let's see. Fuck, he's 56 now. He's been out. Yeah, he was probably like 43, 44.
Did much change from the guy going in to coming out? Like, did he characteristics any new lease on life type thing?
I would say
No 1,000-yard stare.
No, it's hard to say. I would say definitely he became, I wouldn't say more responsible. I think definitely not more responsible. For a while he was, there's that part where you get back and you're like trying to prove yourself. So he's like working super hard and all this different stuff. And then he had a couple of different medical episodes, like probably 2 more heart attacks, had a quintuple bypass. And then after that, once he was like, now he's on disability. So once he kind of got into that era of his life and he started like painting and shit and kind of got out of his depression and stuff.
Yeah, and he did a radio show for some time.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, and so he paints and he does leather work and he's a fucking very chill guy, listens to the Doors and shit. I would say when he was younger, obviously, he was more full of piss and vinegar.
Yeah, I think that's a natural progression, whether you go to prison or not.
And steroids.
My dad steroids?
Yeah,
back
when
in the
I was
day?
a young chap, my dad was on steroids. He was doing everything to make himself like look more fit. It's
Hell
pretty
yeah.
crazy. My dad's fucking nuts.
My dad's pretty juiced as well.
Was he doing
I think that was a big thing in the 90s.
Your dad's pretty juiced?
Yeah.
Dude.
He can hit 425 on bench right now.
Dude, I'm just standing here with a lame ass dad.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's
A
pretty
normal
insane.
ass
It's like a
dad.
NFL linebacker.
To be fair, your dad is older than ours because your
Yeah.
siblings are older.
My siblings are much older than
Oh,
me.
really?
Yeah, my dad's 63.
My dad just turned
64.
50.
Yeah,
Oh,
what is
yeah.
it? My dad's
So young.
55, 56 or something like that.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think.
a late baby. When you're born like later in your mom's life, there's a higher chance that you come out all fucked up.
Yeah, you're a geriatric birth.
I'm a geriatric birth, baby, and I fucking made
an
it.
old soul.
10 fingers, 10 toes, and I'm not hearing voices yet.
Nice. I was born two and a half months early, so I wasn't supposed to reach full
Yeah.
height and everything.
Yes.
So everything worked out. That
You
was
never
nice.
reached your full potential.
Look at you now.
We'll see. Still a work in progress.
Yeah.
No, I was born way too big. This is my issue. I was 9 pounds 11 ounces.
I was born hairy as hell.
Hairy as
9'11".
hell.
Yeah.
Hairy babies are good.
I was born hairy as fuck.
I was a decent
I had
chubby
pubes.
baby.
No way.
No, I didn't have pubes.
I was 8 pounds 3 ounces. I was the smallest baby out of 5. Out of 5. Yeah, we had 2 10-pounders.
Yeah.
Is 8 pounds
Damn.
heavy for a baby?
Yes.
Yeah, it's-
Oh my
Especially
God, it's so
nowadays,
heavy.
dude.
I'm not
I don't
holding
know
a lot
my
of
weight
babies.
when I was born. My dad said I could fit in the palm of his hand, and his ring could go up to my shoulder.
Whoa. You were mostly head. You were just a big old head with a tiny little body.
Yeah, I don't really know. They had to like customize, I guess, diapers to make them fit.
That's pretty badass.
Kind of fold them and shit. And I was born without a name. My mom told you that story.
yeah.
Yeah.
Took a
It's
couple
born
days.
without
I was
name.
born without a name. That's badass.
That's a special name if I've ever heard one.
You know, that's the
Brock
story of
Trotter.
a
I
man
was
who
born
finds
without
his
a
way
name.
through life,
Yeah,
who carves his own path.
you have to. We all do.
You were born 2 months earlier. You were put in the shit. You were just put right into it.
I was ready to get out here and see what was
You
going
think?
on.
Yeah.
You think by then though they would have had like those lemur exhibits with like the very small diapers? You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Like
My
lemurs
parents just
and-
weren't very resourceful. I don't think
Okay.
They didn't go to the
they
zoo.
were. They had just turned 24 and 22, so they were kind of
They didn't have a real.
figuring out as it came along as well.
Yeah.
And I don't think they had a really close connection with the zoo to give them monkey diapers.
Well, you know, they could hit up Joe Exotic or somebody. He's got everything.
Don't bring your kid around Joe Exotic.
Maybe he's 2 months
It's
premature.
not good.
I've been watching, or I watched. There was the Ghost Adventures crew, Zach Baggins. They're ghost hunters. They did a ghost hunt at Joe Exotic's animal farm
Whoa.
because apparently it's haunted AF by the boyfriend that killed himself.
Damn.
And then a couple people have been mysteriously like buried on the property. They brought cadaver dogs out, and the cadaver dogs marked the body
Whoa.
in an
I
alligator
didn't even know that was
pond.
a thing.
No.
What, cadaver dogs? Oh fuck yeah, son.
Yeah.
You gotta watch out for them, dude. If they spot something, I mean, most of the time it's right.
That's a weird existence for them, though. They're just trained to find dead bodies.
Yeah, and they know exactly what a human body is too, as compared to like an animal body. They're not gonna mark an animal body.
Yeah.
They said like 98% of the time they're marking human remains if they mark something.
Which, like, how do you train that dog? You have to get
People that donate their
decaying
body to
human flesh.
science.
Yeah.
That's what they're
Coroners.
doing with
It's a
them?
very morbid day.
They
with
put that
the
one
dog
lady in
and the puppy.
space.
They put that one, what?
Jamie. So they sent a lady's body up into space. I think it was a lady or a man. I can't remember. They sent a dead body up into space. He had donated his body to science, and they sent it
Whoa.
up in a rocket ship.
See, that's way cooler. How do you get on that list? When you donate your body to science, you don't get to decide what gets done with it.
No.
Could be some lame shit. You could just get ground up into powder and turned into fertilizer.
Yeah, you're already dead.
Yeah.
You know that they have to embalm you even if they cremate you?
Dude, really?
Why?
It's like a legal thing that you have to do is embalm dead bodies. They better not fucking embalm me, dude. I want to be a tree.
I've
Yeah,
seen
right.
that where people will like get buried in like a sack in a really weird formation.
Yeah.
And it's like part of you're basically fertilizer for a tree.
Yeah, it's like they put you in like fetal position, and they just put you in a bag
But
full of like
you know,
worms
like
and
how
dirt.
stiff bones get after a body dies. So someone would have to manipulate that into that position.
Oh yeah.
That would
I
be
feel like-
Well,
crazy.
they it's stiff for a while and then it releases because it's just like this flood of
Yeah,
bullshit. And that's
well,
what is.
What they probably
rigor mortis?
do
Yeah.
is they
yeah, and
probably
then but it comes down after a while. But it is hard.
Watch the hard R's.
they probably clip your hamstrings and your Achilles and stuff to where they can fold you up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They just
yeah,
fold you
it's
up
hard
like a
though.
little, like
Yeah.
a little origami
Take
crane.
your structure out from underneath you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to be embalmed. I have this weird theory. It's kind of morbid, I guess. I don't know, that possibly global warming is happening ever since people started burying their dead and embalming them and putting them in boxes to where they can't rot into the earth.
Oh yeah, they're just heating up in those little like containers.
Because when Genghis Khan was alive, he killed enough people to where it actually changed the carbon footprint on Earth
Yeah.
by like 2%.
I've heard that.
yeah,
Wait, so he like helped?
yeah,
He
yeah.
killed a ton of people, but he also had a lot of kids. So
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
he
I
did.
might be related.
you give
to
and you
him.
take.
He did a lot for the local salamander population that we really don't appreciate. He probably saved a lot of creatures from extinction.
Yeah, there's some strange scientists with like shrines to him in their
Genghis
office.
Khan, yeah.
It's a different environmental.
That 1%. I want to make that 1% of my DNA proud.
Also, Crockett, good news. You don't have to be embalmed. Only if you have an open casket.
Ooh, when did they start adding AI to Google?
So
It's so, dude, AI, it's
Everywhere.
fucking everywhere.
It's on Instagram now. It's on, like, if you search things, you can talk to Meta
and
AI.
it doesn't really give you what you want, though. It's
Right,
like,
and why
it's-
would I talk to AI when there's already a search bar? There's
Meta
already
AI,
a
more
search
like
engine.
beta AI.
Search
Yeah.
engines were enough. Search engines are enough.
I
Search
feel
engines are
like
fine.
AI is search engines for people that can't figure out how to search stuff. Do you ever see, like, the also asked, and it's like, it's not a good question.
yeah, it's just
And
a,
so AI just kind of searches the internet and then kind of gives you a
Another
synopsis,
format.
if you will, without having to do all the research. But you don't know what the AI sources are, so it's hard to know.
Y'all ever been to an open casket?
yeah.
yeah.
I think
I've been to
so.
one. No, I've been to two.
Yeah, like every one of them I've been to is an open
I think
casket.
so
Really?
too. I didn't really go to the casket.
I had
Like
to.
I didn't like.
I've been-
I didn't get close.
I've been to one funeral in my life.
I haven't been to many either.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't like. I don't
It
like
is.
going.
I've been to fucking
like it.
several.
Yeah, I guess my people are around.
Yeah, my great grandmother's still alive.
Well,
So
ain't that nice?
Yeah. I had my friends die, Cameron.
I know you did.
Oh, yeah.
I had to
been
look
through
at
it.
two separate friends in their casket.
Oh fuck, two of them?
Yeah.
I knew about the one.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, when I was 14, my friend Kale got shot by his dad on a hunting trail.
holy shit.
Dude, that happened
That is-
to my friend Chris. We were in elementary school. And, I didn't go to the funeral, obviously. I was, like, too young. It was over the summer. I didn't know what was going on. And kind of all the parents, like, wanted to keep it, like, hush-hush. But apparently it was an accident.
I don't like the air quotes.
But the dad's free now. And they have, like a charitable foundation that paid for some kids' colleges. So,
What?
yeah.
So I was just thinking I would like to see the story of the father after that because I feel like your life just disintegrates.
Yeah, well, much like his dad, this guy's dad went to prison as well for negligent homicide.
And then I assume your marriage obviously falls apart.
Well, so his parents had been separated for a while. I guess I shouldn't fucking tell all their goddamn business, but
Yeah. Are they
anyways,
watching?
They were, yeah, probably not. They were reconnecting. This was like a weekend that him and his dad were kind of like reconnecting and shit because they didn't really have that great a relationship. And this is something that he really wanted to do is like hang out with his dad more.
Mm-hmm.
And it happened.
I have literally
That dad did
read-
not want to hang out with him.
Like, there's definitely
How does
a
that
case
happen
on
though?
that.
How do you accidentally shoot them?
So
Like, do you think it's a deer? Like,
Oh,
how did
the,
you confuse
the
Okay,
story
yes.
I heard
You
was
can think that they're a deer moving.
that
How?
yes,
Mm-hmm.
they were in separate stands, and Kale got out of his, didn't have on his orange, and the dad. That's the thing is he was being very negligent, just shot. I don't know. I heard someone say that he thought he was like a hog in the brush or something like that, but you don't shoot into the brush.
No, that's so crazy.
No.
Right. And
You don't shoot unless you see the thing that you're going to shoot.
Yeah.
Especially
Especially
when
as
you're
an
hunting.
adult, and you know your child's there.
Yeah.
You're not just going to take a stray chance.
That's fucked up. Dude.
And then for it to kill them is nuts because it has to hit them in a vital place.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I'm
He was gut shot with a 300 Win Mag,
Fuck.
and I don't know if you're familiar with what a 300 Win Mag is, but that's an elephant gun, pretty much. Like you can
there are no elephants
kill
out there.
large game with those. People use them a lot of time for hog,
True.
just because.
What,
you
were
can
they
get 'em.
hunting deer?
Yeah, I think so.
Then why do you got? Dude, I smell
So
foul
many
play.
questions.
It might have been, no. You know what? It wasn't deer. There's no way it was deer because it was out of season. Because this happened on New Year's Eve, so
Could have been hogs.
it was probably
Hogs are around New Year's.
How morbid was that funeral?
It was a jumping funeral, dude. Like everybody in town was at that piece. Because he was a good-looking kid, very athletic, tall kid.
Yeah,
And,
kids.
uh,
They had the grannies out.
Not, dude. The fucking bitches was out, son, dude. Bro, dude. Looking
Everybody
back
had
on
their
it, I mean, I
nicest
was
polo
thinking
shirt
about
on.
it. I'm a little fucked up in the head, so I'm thinking about it the whole time. And like, all you have on your mind when you're like 15 years old is like how much pussy you can get. And I'm just sitting here like, dude, this is like 20 bodies he could have had right here. Like
Dude, it's what he would have
In the
wanted.
first 3
he would have
rows.
wanted it for you.
straight fucking
True.
10th grade baddies, dude.
That's
Girls
why
were
everybody
fainting
goes
and
to
shit.
kids'
It was like
funerals.
it was like one of the Beatles died or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Dude, I hate losing a star.
Now,
Yeah.
Alex's funeral was a little bit sadder. The only thing that made that okay was that we were in a church, but they played his Spotify playlist. And I don't know if you know this about my friend Alex, but he passed away from a heroin overdose.
Sick playlist.
Sick.
Like Kevin Gates and Nirvana.
At the funeral?
Yes, dude.
Oh shit.
Yes, dude. Like, and
It's really strange though, because anytime you hear a song at a funeral, every time you hear that song afterwards, it's kind of reminds you of it.
it was such a good mix. You never, I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, honestly, I don't know. I've got a good way of getting over things, I think. It might be a good thing, might not be.
This girl at my high school, she had apparently brain cancer.
Apparently brain cancer?
She had brain cancer,
Oh.
and she was battling
Apparently.
it for a long time, but she was known as like a pretty active, popular girl, and people just started like giving her a bunch of shit, and like she got like a pretty big head about it. And I didn't know her super well.
While she had brain cancer.
While she had brain
She got a
cancer,
big head
she
about
got a
it.
big. It was medically too big, and
It was the radiation, not the gifts.
by the time that she eventually passed, some people were like, "Hey, did you hear? Like, she died. Like, good. I didn't like her that much. Like, she wasn't nice anymore." Like,
You said that?
Huh?
You-
I didn't say that. I didn't know her that well.
She
But
had-
people who were close to her did say that.
Her wig worked really well for her, and she turned into a hot bitch like, throughout the whole thing.
That she got
Like the
Gypsy
girl from Mean
Blanchard's
Girls?
mom?
she got chemo skinny.
Yeah. Before Ozempic.
Crockett, my granddad said, told me a saying about cross-eyed people this weekend that I'd never heard before.
Yeah.
I feel like you would have heard most, so wanted to run it by you. He said that she could stand in the front yard but count chickens in the back.
Okay.
Have you heard that one before?
No, I haven't.
I thought that
But
was pretty amazing.
so, with my lazy eye, I do have a certain degree of vision on my left side that is pretty abnormal. Like I can,
Like your peripheral vision.
like from what I can tell from my right side, being able to see, I can see behind me a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I can
Wow.
see like past my ear.
That could be an evolution.
That's a superpower.
Can you see your ear?
I can see my hand right now.
Yo, that's badass. That's crazy.
That's superpower level.
Y'all seeing this? That is a superpower.
Yeah. So fucking take that. And it makes up for like 5 minutes of my set. So thank God.
You would be able to escape a velociraptor attack for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can use doors now, though, so watch out.
You know,
Oh,
a
shit.
drunk guy told me I was an unassuming genius last night.
Yeah.
That guy that was up in the front row that wouldn't quit like laughing.
Oh, you
way
mean the
too
Sting?
hard.
The rapper,
Mr.
the
Yes
Sting?
Man?
Yes, the Sting. The Sting came up to me after the show. He was like, he was trying to explain. He was giving himself credit to know why, to let me know that the compliment he's about to give me means so much.
Oh, I love it when people do that.
It was an
I
accredited
don't tell this
compliment.
to just anyone.
And so I sat there for like 20 minutes. And this guy's like, we watch everything. Like, I'm a Bill Burr fan. I'm from Boston. So I'm a fan of Bill Burr. And we've seen Sebastian Maniscalco. And we've seen all these guys. And we were like, we're going to take a chance and go to just like this small spot. And dude, I just got to let you know, you were fucking great. But it was more like 30 minutes of I'm a Bill Burr fan. I've seen Sebastian Maniscalco.
I love Bill Burr, so I know comedy.
And he was fucking shit drunk, too. Shit
yeah.
drunk.
That makes the compliment mean a lot.
That makes it mean more.
Yeah, well, he also told
guy's
like
of sound
5
mind.
other people right before me how great they fucking were, too. Actually, it was just one other person, but still, like, he continued to compliment people throughout the night, so it doesn't add up that much. He's
Yeah.
fucking just drunk. He was,
It's like a guy who's hitting on everyone in the bar. It's like, well, I don't really feel special anymore.
yeah. Dude, he would, like, his laughing wasn't sarcastic, but, like, he was laughing so hard at some stuff that people were just like, ha, 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 you know, and he was like, And I was like,
Like it was scaring him. Like it was taking him off guard.
Yeah, and then he's like enjoying my set, and then I am sitting there talking. I'm still doing my set, and then he's up there like talking to his fucking wife, and then he gets up and leaves in the middle of my set. And then some other set of fucking assholes, I couldn't see them, were back there talking while I was on stage, which is fine. I just talk through it. I don't give a shit at this point, honestly. Like I could have eviscerated them, but I was having too much fun doing what I was doing already. I thought it was pretty fun when I said this was a very what you call it?
White crowd.
No, it
Giving?
was they were I don't know, they were giving a lot of applause for shit. Like they were like,
Giving,
yeah,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
like you could say anything and they were just like clap, like yeah. And I was like, dude, you're so positive. Like, let me try this.
Yes.
I tested positive for AIDS this morning and everybody clapped and I was like, I'm definitely voting for Donald Trump, and fucking people still played into it, which was fun. It's good to know that we had those kind of jokesters in there, and some people were like, "Oh," which was good.
I don't think
also.
it. Yeah, I don't think anyone really hated that joke.
And
I
no,
don't think
that
it
was
lost
fun.
anyone.
That was fun.
Have you had any revelations on stage lately? Or after
yes.
a stage show that
I've once again shifted another gear in my performance. Like how I was a little bit more high energy last night. That's kind of what I'm going for more now. Like obviously, like yelling is hack. I don't think I yell a lot, but
Being energized isn't hack.
Yeah, I've got to be energized.
Controlling the stage, controlling your audience. I feel like, Sam does a really good job of that she like demands your attention.
Yeah, I'm really low energy. I don't know what.
That's
to talk
okay.
about
You
on
just
stage,
That's
though.
okay.
you just had a whole ass road trip.
Yes.
Like, how far did you drive?
It's not that far. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes from here to Mobile.
Fuck yeah! What were you doing up there?
I went and visited. Yeah, we kind of talked about this.
We talked
Oh,
about
shit.
it. when you
Oh,
went
my
and
bad, my
peed.
We
Yeah,
didn't
you
really
went
do.
to
too
the
I was
much.
I was PPing. You see anything crazy on the road? Anyone like getting their toes sucked while they're driving or anything like that?
No, I do. I didn't see it on this trip, but I have seen people where they have those things that hold up your phone in the car. They put them on the air vents, and they're just scrolling TikTok while they drive. Have y'all seen this?
Yes,
It's
I've
pretty
seen this.
Insane.
Yeah, I saw a girl driving to the gym today. I was driving to the gym, not her. I didn't follow her.
Yeah, I was about to say, how'd you know where she was going?
And she was scrolling through TikToks while also like flying by pretty fast in her car. I caught like a glimpse of her, and then I saw her have to swerve around a dude getting onto the interstate ramp.
Probably a hell of a lifestyle there. And so the self-driving cars might save us because people are getting to be too reliant on dopamine scrolling to actually drive.
But are we
Yeah.
enabling them?
I can't even go to the grocery store anymore without fucking scrolling on my phone.
It's true, dude. I mean, sometimes I just leave my phone places, honestly.
I do that a lot, especially if I'm at the beach. I'll just leave my phone in the room.
Yeah, I've been leaving my phone just like face down on the table. Just
Speaking of scrolling, are we ready to see some real talent?
let's see some real talent.
Whoa!
I feel like I haven't been too talkative this episode.
Yeah, it's been such a good episode.
It's been fun.
You get it?
What?
I was roasting you.
Oh.
This is something that I've tried before with different things, I will say.
I'm getting a little background info from the comments.
Ooh, don't read. Okay.
New challenge. Let's see how much nerds I can put on my nose.
This kid is sick. That's 3.
2.
That's deep in the keyboard now.
2 of them just fell out.
Nose. I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing it.
He wasn't great at that.
We saw the kid he touched the stove. This is the classic case of the kid touching the stove. Someone told him, quit putting those in your fucking nose. Like, I'm going to see how many I can put in my nose.
He said, "Fuck you, mom. I'm gonna do it and get famous."
yeah, got 4 in and got fucking scared and
Yeah.
decided he wasn't doing it anymore.
One went a little too high. He felt it tickle his brain a little bit.
My sister got a Reese's Pieces stuck in her nose once when we were in a movie theater. She was, I'd say, less than kindergarten age.
Yeah, I was gonna ask after this, has anybody gotten anything
I-
stuck in their nose that they've put up there before?
I got a goldfish stuck in my nose.
Yeah,
A goldfish cracker.
Or you just like squeeze until you're.
No, it was on the beach. And you swim in the water, you come back, your mom's got sandwiches and goldfish crackers. So what do I do first up?
New form of consumption.
I had like some
My mouth's
water up
full
my
right
nose or
now.
something. And I guess I was trying to get it out, but I was like 4. So I just stuck the whole thing up in my nose. And then it cracked in my nose. It was like a one man, one jar scenario, but with a cracker.
Yeah.
So I ran to my mom for help. And she had to she just put her one finger on this nostril and just said, blow out your nose. And that's all that it took to get all the chunks out. I didn't realize that I had that authority over my own body at that time.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
you don't realize the power you have.
My
Yeah,
family, we were more getting stuff stuck in your ear type of family.
Oh yeah.
I've put things in my nose before that I almost couldn't get out, but I got it out before my mom had to help me.
You a
Like
big
it was
Q-tip guy?
like a Smartie. I don't really use Q-tips very often anymore. I did when I was a child, but my brother, he got a popcorn kernel stuck, and he put an entire popcorn kernel in his ear for whatever
Ooh.
reason. And then I personally was trying to clean my ear out with a bread twist.
A bread twist?
So like one of the little plastic covered wires that they use to tie
Oh.
up bags.
I was thinking of like pretzel
An
twist.
unprotected wire you're talking about.
It was protected around plastic, but it was one of the like sharp white ones that they put on like bunny bread and
Yep.
stuff. And I put that in my ear trying to clean it. Got it stuck in there. Went to like my regular doctor. They just tried to flush it out and couldn't get it out at all. So I had to go to a ENT, and they put like a special pair of pliers in there, and they pulled it out, and it was sex, dude.
It felt good.
Fucking so good getting that pulled out of my ear.
I never got
man.
anything stuck in my nose or ears, but I broke my hand. I broke my finger once and I broke my hand a separate time. I don't remember which one it was, but I had a full cast to here, and it gets really itchy. And I was using a pair of glasses of my granddad's, but I was using this part, and I got that stuck in my cast, and I had to go to the place, and they had to cut off my cast to get it out.
Damn. I
You
guess it got caught on the hinge.
That rubber piece
Yeah,
that's
the-
on the end of on glasses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
it just slipped off.
Just comes off.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was freaking out around 12 a.m. Probably 11 years old.
And your mom's like, let's go to the hospital.
I don't know. We didn't go then. It was because we were on vacation at that time. We were at the beach.
It
So
was in
once
there
we
for,
got
3
home,
days.
I went to the doctor. Yeah, a couple days. Once I got home, went to the doctor. They cut it out.
So not only did you have a bag and a cast on your arm, but your grandpa's glasses piece was stuck in there.
Yep.
However, you got a new clean cast.
Yes, and it was one of those casts that you weren't supposed to get wet. I don't know if they're still that way. I don't know if cast technology has evolved, but I was wearing a long kitchen glove that usually will go down to your elbow, and my grandparents duct taped it on the end so
That's
that I could get
awesome.
in the hot tub.
That's so sweet of them.
So I looked like a lunatic.
You were there for to clean it.
yeah. There goes that kid with the trash bag arm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we can see our second
Yeah, let's
contestant
see our
now.
next
This is one tough SOB.
Sick. And his buddy's got hands. Those aren't shitty punches.
No, they aren't. Well, they train, obviously.
Yeah,
What is he training for?
I don't think they're training for anything. I think they just like to take turns hopping up on that thing and wailing on each other.
But he showed no reaction, which is very impressive.
What?
This is not the first time this has happened.
No,
He is-
dude. He maybe he trained for this video. But he's been training. Like, this isn't your first time doing this. You don't react like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe he's got it taped up and tucked in his waistband, and his friend's just pounding his gooch.
Yeah, probably.
But I doubt it. I think the boxing gloves give enough surface area to where he would still clip something.
Yeah, it's got to be out of the way.
He definitely would still hit something. I'm wondering if his balls have enlarged due to punches over time
Or deflated. They're
Yeah, I was
probably
thinking
just
they might
gone.
be
Either
getting
it's one way or the
smaller
other.
to get
They're-
more
yeah,
used
they're
to
probably
taking
just gone.
strikes.
How is it affected?
Yeah.
Dick.
I mean, it's got to be
No.
something you can train. You've seen so many people hitting themselves on the balls and not reacting on Instagram. But
All right.
man, I
Pretty simple talent, pretty straightforward.
like how they
I enjoyed
built,
that.
Yeah, I like how
Yeah.
they build this whole thing for this. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can't really use that for much else.
And he's pretty flexible.
Yeah, our next contestant is a little more gnarly.
Okay.
A little more gnarly.
I don't know
gnarlier
if
than
he can be
this?
more gnarly.
Someone
than
said,
that,
"What is
honestly,
dude
but
training for?" And they said Saragrat. What is that?
Sohagrat.
Let's see. Also, no worries. The injuries to your penis do not affect your fertility.
Balls
How?
I don't know, but that's what they told me. That's what the internet told
do.
me.
Injuries to your balls might.
Oh yeah, well, what if it gets
AI's
cut in half,
AI is trying to get us to.
split up the middle? That could,
You could
All
still take
it's-
sperm out and put it in a lady.
I guess so.
All it's told me is that while sensitive, testicles can bounce back pretty quickly. Minor injuries rarely have long-term effects. Also, sexual function or sperm production isn't likely to be affected.
I don't want
by
my testicles to
testicular
bounce.
injury. Well, no one wants it, but no worries if it happens.
He does.
Bouncing back, yeah. I
Can't
mean,
say no
Just
one.
got two Corey
you think they
Feldmans
bounce
down
there.
back in the
Seem
span
right.
of those two quick punches, that 1-2 punch?
I'm not quite sure what he was going for there.
Oh, that's what he was going for.
Yeah, he wasn't very sure of what he was gonna do, and that's why it didn't work.
A nut shot heavy segment
Oh,
here.
bleeding. Oh,
You know, this is the part of the video I didn't see when I sent it in. Honestly,
there was a lot of pain in that
And
thumbs
there's
up.
in his caption he said, "The trick that put me on
Can
the
you
map. Thank you at Hall of Meat with a heart. I love how the one kid still gave me props. Honestly, kind of crazy that I drove myself to the hospital and got 5 stitches down there. I assume he means
yeah,
the
he
lower region.
split his junk open, dude.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's tough, kid.
Dude, that is a empty sack he's got now.
Decent hospital room though.
Yeah.
somebody said bro was doing 3 sets of goofing around."
You can, you can see the pain in that thumbs up too. The way it like wavers a little bit as he goes up.
Oh, he's fucked up. He's not in any pain at that point.
Yeah, he's
Oh
chilling.
yeah,
they
it's
done
the
hit him
drugs.
with that Dilaudid, son.
All right, so that's a talent.
Now we get to see the engineer.
Now,
Yes,
Ooh.
he's an engineer and a martial artist.
Yeah.
And this is actually a progression video, so you get to see his progression.
I'm excited.
Started out a simple, crazy idea.
He's an engineer.
Oh my gosh. This is the final form of Only Children.
Yeah.
They just learn to entertain themselves at a very progressive rate.
Yeah.
I hate that he did this one in the daytime,
Yeah.
but still, look at him fucking go.
Complete
dude.
with an extreme mode.
3v1. Now I'm working on a patent.
Engineer.
I can get the whole package. Dude, that's
Okay.
nuts.
Now I've got a lot to debate over here, so let's just run back through them. What was the first
yeah.
video again?
Kid putting stuff up his nose.
Okay. Nerds up the nose.
Then ball
Second
punch
video was
guy.
ball punching. Third video was the really bad skateboarder.
Yep.
Fourth video was the loner kid who has too much time on his hands.
Who of those people do you think is the most talented?
Okay. I think I'm gonna have to go ball puncher. He didn't react. He didn't react at all. He got himself up there with ease.
Ball punch.
Pretty flexible guy. I think that's a lot of talent.
Yeah. And you know,
It's
this guy,
respectable.
respect to this guy with the lightsabers, that's not talent.
He's-
That's skill.
Yeah.
That's a skill that he's worked for and trained.
And the ball puncher hasn't been punched in the balls a million times.
Shout out Luke Spectrum Walker.
They're all great. And
Yeah.
definitely this guy's second place. Third and fourth are really close because both those guys just self-destruct. So
The fourth?
You talking about the
the nerds in the nose,
yeah?
and then the guy with the bad skateboard trick.
Yeah.
I think
Kind of
the,
self-destruction.
well, I'm not gonna say what I think. You go ahead.
I've already gave my answer.
Oh yeah, I feel like Nerds Up the Nose kid should be last place because he did not follow through at all with what he promised the viewer. He said, "I'm not doing this," and then ended the video.
Yeah, I think he
And
had
then
one.
still
I think
posted it.
One
he
that
put
went too
3
hard.
of them in his nose and 2 fell out. So
Yeah,
not great.
that last one stayed in there for the rest of his life.
But he's starting his digital footprint early, so that's good. His kids will be able to watch this.
So true. So true. All right. That was our first like real competition.
Yeah.
Happy to be.
That was the first time we've decided a winner on this. Now, if we want to get crazy, we can try a TikTok life hack that I've discovered.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Why would we not?
I'm gonna grab
I
some
didn't
stuff
know
to
you had
prepare.
brought one. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
I literally found this one a few minutes before we started the podcast,
Nice.
so I still got to get the stuff for it.
Okay, go ahead.
Perfect. I'm gonna go pee while you
Yeah,
do
we can
that.
On to Madeline's segment. Crimes of what's the name?
Birthday crime.
Birthday
crime.
crimes. So do you
Birthday
know my
crime.
birthday? What is this?
So yes,
July
I
15th?
did not have to look it up in the
your
moment
birthday?
because
June.
we had
June
a group
15th.
message, and I went. I looked up "Happy Birthday, Brock," and it was June 15th. I think Troy sent.
You are correct.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
So these are
she's
crimes that
sneaky,
have
this
taken
one.
place on my birthday.
Yes, this is a crime that you could not have committed because you were coming out.
An infant.
coming out early. You were preemie time.
Yes.
Okay. Did you know on your birthday, freaking
No.
Versace died?
What's his first name?
Is that
God.
what they made the movie?
Donatello?
Is that what they made
Donatello
the movie?
Versace.
Or Gianni Versace?
Gianni
Is that what they
Versace.
made the movie about?
Yes. Yeah.
This is cool. No, I had no idea.
Around
Yeah.
8:45 in the morning. Do you know what time you were born?
2 something in the morning.
Yeah.
So I was about 6 hours old at this point.
Still
yeah.
could have been you.
I'm sure you heard the news on TV and you were like, "What? I got to get out there."
Mm-hmm.
Brock,
Yeah.
That's probably one of the more feminine things I've ever heard you say is that you remember where you were when Versace died.
Hard to forget. Same place he was for the last
Yeah.
9 months. 6 months.
I was in the hospital for a month post birth.
So what's up with
That's
this
what they
guy that did it? Who's
What was his deal?
cooning
Oh, who is he? I can just kind of give you a little rundown.
Yeah,
about
Wait,
him.
Give
it's
us
I
some
like the
background behind
remarks right
this.
here.
Can I just tell you?
The
Of course.
remarks.
What?
Cunanan is described as being a pathological liar with a loud and obnoxious laugh. He enjoys living a wealthy lifestyle, driving sporty and expensive rental vehicles, wearing expensive leather jackets and watches. He is known to prey on his friends and associates for financial support and to frequent and be involved in the homosexual community and relationships. Prefers young, handsome, blonde men to obtain money and or favors. Maybe in possession of a handgun.
Yeah, so this guy.
He was 5'9", so he was kind of destined for this.
Yeah.
I mean, he was gay, and he was a hit with all the gay people, and that's how he would get all this money. And so he got in good with some people who knew Gianni Versace.
Yeah, he was kind of known as like a Robin Hood
They
for the
s-
straights.
In that-
he would steal from the gays and give to the straights.
Yeah.
In that description, it says when his passport expires, which is crazy information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that?
Passport was almost out. He's got to renew that shit.
I don't know why.
Oh,
they
He
thought
was
that
not
would
on
be
top
Because
of
it
his
gets
pertinent
he
information.
flees. He flees out of the country.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm. Yeah. He just did a bunch of drugs, and then he became really, really desperate, and then he blamed Versace for like all of his problems.
Did he work for him, or did he have any relation with him prior?
I think he just
No,
liked
just
the
like
guy's
knew
clothes.
a guy who knew a guy.
What was the method of murder?
He shot him.
Yeah, he
he
shot
just
him.
like
Twice in the
ran
back of
up
the
to
head.
him.
That's why he may be in possession of a handgun.
Maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
And he like went on like a killing spree.
He's 27. He's
My age?
Yeah, he.
age.
He would engage in like long-term like homosexual relationships with like older men who had to like hide it. So he would definitely get a lot of money.
And he's kind of got a Great Gatsby, Mr. Talented Ripley thing when it says since his teenage years had sought to live a life of riches and comfort. So he's kind of preoccupied with the rich lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, no, he had like a lot of different names.
He
I'm
was a
pretty
social
sure,
climber.
too. So you'd have to like keep track of his names a lot. Where else?
Oh, look at that. He was part of the Gay and Lesbian Anti-Violence Project.
That's pretty cool.
He's such a good person.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That organization put out a reward for anyone who might know him.
Damn,
I'm
as
sorry.
soon as you commit violence, you're out of the gay and lesbian
Yeah.
community.
So hard.
Your own kind turn on you.
Yeah, they don't like you when you kill.
So he killed himself.
Yes, right as they were like coming in.
Kind of a Hitler thing.
Kind of a Hitler thing.
Yes, he had an ego like that. Mm-hmm.
Probably had a weird dick too. I mean, look
No,
at
I
that
think he
handsome
was
young gent. Why would he
fine.
turn out to be a sociopath?
He was
killer?
The two photographs look like different people.
Yeah, because one of them was him as a shaved head and no glasses.
Strange.
Well, he had a bunch of different like characters.
Looks, yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he had a bunch of different names, so he would be in these relationships, and they would have different names, so they wouldn't cross over, and they wouldn't find out. But that's how he would like look like he had status.
This
Yeah.
could be a
Yeah.
fun story
he
for
was
a movie.
non-binary.
Yeah.
It's a show.
Yeah, they made an
It
HBO
is.
miniseries.
They're already fucking ahead of us, damn it.
Come on! How are they getting our ideas?
I was
They've used
gonna
all
do
the good
that.
material. Shit.
Oh man,
Okay.
Yeah,
On to
that's
life
him.
hack or
he was just like, man, I hate these
Are
clothes.
there-
Now,
is
can
there
we
any
do
more-
a quick little
tie-ups with this?
Yeah, let's.
a quick little mobile
Oh, there was a mobile
The-
death.
yeah,
I forgot
Mobile
about that.
spiel.
there's some
Yeah, I mean that's a big birthday crime.
That was fun. Great
so-
segment.
Thank you so much, and happy birthday. Congrats, you didn't commit that. That would be really bad.
It would.
Start to life. So this just came up whenever I looked up Alabama crime, and I thought it was really interesting. And then
Okay.
it was in Mobile, and you had already visited there, so I thought perfect. Okay.
Injecting teen at house party.
Okay, it sounds bad, huh? Okay, but
Mobile
Okay.
mom pleads guilty to
to injecting teen.
injecting teen at house party. Gets probation, so they were lenient there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they're fine.
So, Jessica Ulmer entered a guilty plea Friday morning to one count of reckless endangerment for giving a juvenile at her home an injection of Zofran in February.
Could we get a
That's-
rundown of what Zofran
What is
does?
Zofran?
Zofran? I already looked it up. It's nausea medicine.
So maybe he
So
was,
he was
just
just
sick.
feeling sick.
Just feeling a little sick.
She was doctoring.
Yeah.
So she was given a sentence of 12 months. Yeah, whatever. Providing saline injections on the same day as well. So she was supplying those kids and her daughter underage kids with alcohol and also vapes while staying at a residence.
Oh, this was recent.
And she allowed the use of marijuana. Now hear me out. Is it that bad?
It's not bad until
This
you're
is
shooting
a
up the
big,
kids.
like, kind of hacky argument about the parents who, I'd rather you drink here than there. But I think it's really strange to let your underage kids get fucked up with their friends in your home, especially while you're there.
Yeah.
There's something deeply sick.
There's
about
something
that.
okay with like giving your kid a beer, but then like telling them to come over and like
And hosting an event.
Yeah.
Because you can do what you'd like with your kid in regards to alcohol, or maybe giving them that at 16 if you think that's appropriate. But as far as supplying a group, I don't think it's right to make that choice for all the other.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. That's what I was gonna say too. And also, look, these kids are smoking weed and drinking and hitting vapes and stuff. You know what this lady's also doing? She's letting these kids bang in her house.
yeah.
And she has a daughter.
She's
which is-
running Diddy parties with
Yes.
these kids, is what she's doing. And then she's providing them with a service after the fact. It sounds like some of the kids were maybe hungover, possibly a little alcohol poisoning.
Yep.
So the next day, she maybe knew how to set up an
Perk 'em
IV.
right up.
Well,
and she was giving them some saline and some nausea medicine and sending them
Send
on their
them
And
way.
there's a little bit of selfishness there because I would imagine she's trying to doctor them up so that she doesn't get in trouble.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't want to send someone home who's sick, so maybe she's like, here, take this nausea medicine. I don't need you going home throwing up after everyone knows you were at my house.
And she
last
is
night."
like injecting people, and it doesn't say that she's a nurse. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and it might come out that she was fondling a few 16-year-olds herself.
Hey, but
Oh,
She
I don't-
definitely-
I don't
she's
think
the
it'll come out.
full
I think-
mom, Stacy's mom,
I don't-
got it going on.
yeah, I don't think those 16-year-olds are snitches though. They know what a cool situation they had.
This
Oh, yeah,
is
that's
kind of
okay.
adjacent to something else I saw in the news recently. Louisiana mayor got fired for relations with a minor.
No
The
way.
mayor,
Kinda
No
hot.
way it was the mayor.
It was not Latoya.
It wasn't T.
Not Latoya. It was a Louisiana mayor in
Oh.
another.
Let me
I think I saw
see.
this too. I think I did see this.
Let's go see.
Just Google Louisiana mayor minor. It was on Say Cheese.
On Say Cheese, Misty Roberts.
Yep.
Shout out Misty.
She served as the Riddler.
The Riddler.
Louisiana police on Thursday arrested a former mayor for sex crimes against a minor just 5 days after she reportedly resigned. So she knew the heat was coming.
Yeah.
Misty Roberts, who served
He
as
cried too
the
much.
DeRitter Louisiana mayor for several years, turned herself in to Louisiana State Police on charges of third-degree rape and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. So I was wondering if that is that third-degree rape, like it was consensual, but it's considered rape because of the age?
Yes.
Third-degree rape is lower degree than
I don't
first
get how
degree.
it just wouldn't be
Yes. I
don't know.
statutory. Third degree means, I don't
Probably
know.
some
Probably it's
coercion.
only because it's a minor, but they consented to it.
Yeah.
And they probably got caught with it, so then the parents probably told them, and then they're like, you should just turn yourself in, and this is why she turned herself in. Yeah, that's
I thought
probably
it was
it.
third degree
According-
if it got past like the dermis or whatever.
The dermis.
It's pretty crazy that
There's
the
a bunch of different ways.
It's a
you
burn
can
joke.
get
Into its skin.
Okay, all right.
It's
Yeah.
pretty crazy that this was written about in the Baltimore Sun. I don't know what they had. What it must have been a slow news day there.
minors.
Investigators interviewed a juvenile who claimed Roberts had sex with him during her time as mayor, according to the agency. Police said another minor supported the claim, leading officers to acquire a warrant for arrest. Which means this was a pretty badass kid. He was fucking the mayor.
And he was telling everyone about it. Yeah.
Why would you not?
No.
Yeah.
You're
That
kind
is
of
awesome, honestly. Like to have control over like the school, like to be able to swindle a teacher to get freedom to do whatever, like
Wait.
in their class or get away with certain things, like smoking cigarettes at school. To have the mayor on your team,
Yeah.
that's a whole nother thing.
You're getting away with anything.
You're
Yeah.
driving 60 through red lights.
One thing I really
no
like
DUIs.
is that in her letter of resignation, she wrote that she had to adjust her focus and priorities while noting the position provided her great relationships. She had a great relationship with
That's
this
hilarious,
kid.
Baltimore Sun. Good ad.
That's a good ad.
Yeah, that was good.
And you smell bullshit on this one?
Yeah.
Maybe so.
Have you tried?
I haven't tried it yet.
Okay, so we're doing this live.
I'm doing this live.
I'm a little jaded though because the last thing that we did was
Absolute
cucumbers,
bullshit.
and it got everywhere, and it did not work at all. Okay, let's do it.
Watch this video if you want to know how to take off permanent marker, highlighter, crayon from a wall. If you have kids, this is definitely going to be something that you're going to come across at some point. All you need is some non-gel toothpaste and some kind of scrub brush. And you're just going to rub it on there. I need to clean up these markers and colored pencils before.
This is just another guy doing the same thing and saying that it works.
Yeah, pause it before he ruins the surprise for us.
Yeah.
So
Let's see. We've got marker on the wall.
Can you pick that up on the camera?
is it picking up?
No, he's not picking up.
Here,
You know what?
Do we need a larger?
Did someone want to film on
I was about to say, where's my phone?
I got you.
You got it? So as you can see, we have the marker on the wall. Cameron's going to put a bit of the toothpaste on there.
Oh shit! This is working.
Look at that, folks.
Crazy.
Now you just have, instead of marker on the wall, a much bigger thing of toothpaste.
Yeah.
And now my wall is minty fresh. It's just a way bigger mess now. I love that.
Yeah.
That was good stuff right there.
All right, so that one was true. That one works.
That works.
Yeah, right.
Shout
on.
out to this life hack, ladies and gentlemen. If you have children, why are you watching this podcast? And if they color on the walls, please use toothpaste, non-gel toothpaste.
And we didn't
Yeah.
trust it enough to try Sharpies.
Yeah, and I honestly, I thought this one might be bullshit, but I was willing to put my wall's integrity on the line for this.
Well, it's a
So-
rental, so.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you, Brock Trotter, for coming on once again.
Always a pleasure.